What is going on, traders, and welcome back to IFX. And let's talk about how can we enter the market going on against the trend, right? And so that's happens many times because sometimes we miss the trend and we're like, hey, now it's about time that the market should give us a turnaround. So when are we going to actually enter on a block if you're following M15? So this is going to be an M15 entry. You know I love M15. So we're going to be using M15 reversal block, M15 trend block, and H1 and reversal and trend block, maximum of 3 days old, and the daily and weekly candle, okay? So what are we going to do? When we look at the dashboard very quick, I'm going to focus first on daily and weekly candles. If they both are going in the same direction, like over here, bearish, I quickly gonna say, okay, we're going definitely against the trend. So if by chance I get a bullish block on M15, I know that I have to be careful because both of them are bearish. So I'm going against either a current trend or a long-term trend, right? Bearish trend. So I have to be extra careful. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to wait in order for us to actually enter on a bullish entry. We want to wait at least for a reversal block on 1 hour to happen first. And then at the same time, usually the M15 reversal and our trend block would happen at the same time, usually more depending on the timing, but we need to make sure that in 1 hour the reversal block must happen first, okay? If you want to risk it without all of them being bearish, it's up to you, but I would suggest at least 1 hour being bullish if we want to buy. So how does this going to work? Let's take a look at Australian dollar for now because I have it open. Very basic. So we have here 15 minutes. We have the RSI candles, the RSI matrix. Right over here we have the daily and the weekly candle, okay? So right here we have the trend block happening. We can tell that we were definitely on a strong move and downtrend move, right? Now, what do we do is if we want to buy when we get a trend block, sometimes we enter and then it just doesn't work. I'm sure that we could have had in here a trend block happening, but the market kept on going lower. So it could be very risky when we enter in here. So my suggestion is, in order for us to wait and really see if the market is finally going to turn around, then what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we get the trend block on M15, we either break a top fractals. Okay, so these are the fractals. We want to break a top fractal, and then also that on M15 RSI we are above 50 or breaking above 50 is very important, okay? So over here we get the trend block, the market goes up, comes back down again. So I'm not going to enter because it's a risky entry. Now, once I get a fractal on top, I'm going to use it for my benefit to re-enter the market or to make my first entry, not using the block. But I know that on H1, I already have a reversal block, a bullish block. I know that on M15, I already also have my block. So thumbs up. So now all I want to do is I want to draw a line in here and I'm going to wait for a candle to break above my fractal. And then at the time of that entry, I also want to see a green RSI candle, meaning that we are above 50. So I'm going to grab quick 20 pips on here. Right over here, move 30 pips. So the target should always be close to your mid-level or yesterday's low if we are buying, and the opposite when we are selling, okay? Very important. So this is pretty much going always against what? Daily and weekly candle. So that's the strategy in here. Very simple strategy. So this is a pound-dollar entry that I quite didn't follow all the way the rules because, I knew I was breaking this fractal, and here I was not above the 50 level yet at the time of the entry, but I gave this a try, very small lots, okay? If you want to re-enter, ignore this entry, then all you have to do is right over here, draw a line, make sure we break above it, right? and then enter on that for a small quick pips on that. So right here it gave us nice 40 something pips. So we can tell, so what we're looking for is we're waiting for a strong move to the downside or to the opposite side, right? We want to make sure we're going against these candles right over here. Hey, if the daily candle is going bullish, that's even plus, right? But sometimes it happens that these are bearish and we want to buy, or we miss this whole nice move in here, so now we want to do the opposite and look for something else, right? So pretty much this is the strategy. So you're not going to enter right away on the block. What you want to do is re-enter or enter when it breaks a fractal, and then we are above the 50. So the rule is we need to make sure that we have a block, right, going on 1 hour, at least the reversal block. If both of them are already bullish, like let's say pound dollar, that's perfect. But at least the reversal block needs to be bullish. And so when we get, when we get a reversal block for M15, and even you can actually take a look at M5, that's up to you if you want to take a look at M5. So if I go down here on Australian dollar, go down to M5, you can also do that. So right over here, again, we need to make sure we have the reversal block happening first on H1, but let's say in here, we did break above this fractal, so we could have entering there. But if I want to make sure that I go with the 1 hour reversal block, more or less I will have to just draw a line in here. This is like a nice resistance support. We need to break above it, so this would have been the entry right over here on 5 minutes. So it's pretty much the same thing, whether you follow M5 or M15, but you must follow the H1 reversal block. Okay, that's very important. So this is going against the trend, but what if you want to go with the trend? So with the trend is much easier when we're following the weekly and the daily candle. We get a block right here, we got a trend block right over here. If you miss by any chance, this happened on this prior day, if you miss it by any chance, all you want to do is you want to draw a line below your fractal, and then pretty much you can enter in here. We're still within the block vicinity, right? We don't want to enter way too low, but we're still very close to it, so we still can re-enter here. Maybe you can still re-enter in here, as long as you have space, to reach to the yesterday's low or to the ADR, which is another lesson. And right here, if we're going with the daily candle weekly, that's thumbs up. And it also is best also if you're following reversal and the trend block. So if everything is bearish and then by any chance you miss your reversal block on trend block to enter, all you have to do is follow this fractal strategy and enter on that. Okay, very simple. Don't get confused. So we're going against the trend. We wait again for a reversal block in 1 hour. We're going against daily and weekly candles. So we wait and we want to make sure that, hey, is this now going to turn around? Just always ask yourself that. It's very, very important. Ask yourself, talk to yourself. Now, that's it. It's very simple. Follow the strategy. I know that many people ask me why, what strategy should I follow? And my tip number one is that you should at least know 2 strategies. I have a couple of strategies that I have taught you, and then know them already, like front to end, know them, because the market varies, so tomorrow it could be something different. Today the market behaved differently, so we need to have at least 2 to 3 strategies under our belts in order for us to make the best decision. So it's not like one strategy is better than the other. It's not like that. It's just that we need to know market conditions to be able to adapt. Okay, what is going on when we enter with the trend? What do we do with the trend? What do we do against the trend? What do we do when market is ranging? So that is all what market does, and we need to know not every single strategy works best with that. Okay, so that's that with the strategy. I hope it's simple. If you have any questions, you can always email me or join the Telegram channel and ask me questions in there. And so if you like the strategy, let me know, thumbs up. And you know, pretty much this is what we're going to follow with the dashboard. So you can have 20 pairs, and then you look at the dashboard and you can quickly find out whether you're going with the trend, against the trend, what are you gonna do, you know, what you need to do in order to make a decision with the market. Okay, so thumbs up. I will see you on the next following videos.